hell? Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the amazing gamer DJMC here. This is kind of like a Spider-Man related video. If you did look at the title closely, a friend of mine is in the party. He's just having a, quick smoking break, and he'll be joining shortly. So what's this video gonna be about Spider-Man for? Well, it's mostly gonna be, me and my friend talking about mostly about the suits in the game, and like we can also make predictions about what Spider-Man suits we would like to see in Marvel Spider-Man 2 and stuff like that. Hey Brock, I just started the stream.
Alright.
Let's see. See, it was. Nope. And the friend with me today is Brock Brooks.
Howdy.
Come on, guys. Escape from prison and
If you guys
How are
don't,
you?
think of to do?
go ahead.
Nah, that's all I was gonna say.
Oh, alright. Sometimes this guy can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but then again, sometimes I am to him sometimes.
I'm not a pain in the ass. What are you talking about?
I'm
an
joking.
angel. I'm an angel.
Angel, you have 3 fucking kids, and you're hoping not to have another one.
No, I'm not having another one. I'm under oath. I'm under oath by Ryan, by Barry, by you.
Oh!
And by oath, I mean I even had to raise my hand.
Yep. Let's see. But yeah, he's also gonna be playing Marvel Spider-Man, and he is doing it with one of the MCU skins, which I'm guessing it's the Stark suit.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Give that man a prize.
Actually, I might as well ask, why do you like the Stark suit, Brock, if you don't mind me asking?
It all harkens back to when they revealed that suit, and like, because they made it think that, oh, if you pre-order the game, well, they did. If you pre-order the game, you'll get those suits early.
Yeah, you only get one of them early, which it was the Iron Spider suit from Infinity War.
Yeah, and I pre-ordered the game on disc.
Let's see.
And yeah, that's how you know I was all in on that, and I pre-ordered it. Ooh,
Yeah.
I forgot I have the
let's see.
vibration.
My step-uncle told me he was gonna pre-order the game after giving me a PS5, PS4, sorry. Blech. Brain fart there.
I was just about to say that. Brought up fucking brain shit.
Yeah, like, I did not meant to say that at all, just still trying to overcome my little COVID problem, ladies and gentlemen.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
You're
hopefully
a
I'm...
fighter.
Yeah, especially this is, like, literally the first time I got COVID.
I'm a fighter too. I'm fighting TB.
Yeah, but as you told me when we were playing Avengers earlier, since the fucking outbreak started, you were stuck in the hospital for like how long?
I never got the COVID round. I didn't get COVID when I was in the hospital. I had to help my mom because she was getting an operation.
Ah.
Yeah, and I was stuck in a hospital in Charleston, SC, when the outbreak happened. We were literally in the hospital on outbreak day, and yeah, it wasn't fun because hospital rooms were filling up. They were filling up like they're multiplying more than a Catholic rabbit. If you catch my reference on that.
Probably not.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Nick Fury said that. Anyway, but yeah, they were multiplying. It was multiplying like rabbits, and Luckily, I didn't get sick from it. Knock on fucking wood. But
Oop.
I thought I had COVID when I was sick a while back. I thought I had COVID. Turns out it wasn't COVID. It was just I need to get an increase in my medication for my TB. It was just my TB acting up. It was starting to get worse again.
Ah.
That's what happens because when you have TB or tuberculosis, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You gotta get. It's kind of like getting an upgrade for like a character or something. You gotta upgrade to get it, better equipment. But in my case, better higher dosage of medicine in order to, or else I'll be coughing. I have been coughing slightly lately, but it's not as frequent as it was a while ago.
Right.
Fuck, I was coughing up blood too.
Yeah.
That wasn't too long ago. But I went to the doctor. They increased my medication, so I'm not coughing as bad.
Yes.
But enough of my medical history. I know it's very entertaining.
Not really, though. That's nothing to laugh at. Oh shit.
Oh well, I'm still alive, so that's a plus in my book.
Yeah, like I'm still alive with COVID. Still kicking, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're both kicking.
Yeah. Let's see. Actually, the Spider-Man suit I'm wearing right now is the Ultimate Spider-Man Wesley suit, which actually that comes to mind. I would like to see more Ultimate Peter Parker Spider-Man suits to be incorporated in Marvel Spider-Man 2, like the classic suit variant and the black suit variant of it. Because we already got something like that for Miles in his own solo game. Like, if you wear the anime suit, because I know it's supposed to be inspired by Miles from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series because of the anime style, but if you look at the suit closely, it kind of looks like it's fresh off the comics as well.
True.
Because I think the Spider logo on Miles' suit on the front didn't look like the comic book one at first.
Yeah, though. Ladies and gentlemen, before you say anything, I took a long break from reading comics for specific reasons, and or I should say personal reasons, and I didn't really read any of the Ultimate Spider-Man comics when they were coming out.
Huh.
The only one I ever read was the one where Peter died. Spoilers.
The death of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, see, for me, I kind of read some of the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. I didn't collect them until later, but like I got like at least a couple storylines-ish that are somewhat complete and maybe not complete, but I know what that happens to them because of people making videos about it. So like I know that Harry Osborn in the Ultimate Universe becomes the Hobgoblin, and let's see, that I have the complete saga of the Ultimate Clone Saga, which actually that was at least a lot better than the main 616 if you think about it. Although Peter gets more than one fucking clone, well, collection, more than just, I like to say 3 clones, because let's see, how do I explain this? One of Peter's clones looks like his fucking father, which I found very, very fucking weird. Let's see. One of them is in a girl's body, so you get the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman with organic web shooters, but comes out of her fingertips for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Continuity.
Yeah, there's one that is wearing a black suit, but it has 4 extra arms, so like he is technically, you could call that one man spider, I guess. But he kind of looks like a fucking furry without the mask.
So it looks like Man-Bat from Arkham Knight.
Kind of. I mean, he's still got a human voice. He's still got like a human face, but it's covered with hair a little bit, and his eyes are completely fucking black. Like even the pupils are.
So he looks like he's got like dog eyes, because dogs have black eyes or brown eyes.
Yeah.
They don't have pupils.
Let's see. There's also the one that has like a half acid face. That one's technically just Kane, but just fucking crazy. Like, he kidnapped Mary Jane, injects her with the Oz formula that gives both Peter and Norman their powers, trying to protect her. That's the complete opposite, you fucking lunatic. And the last Peter clone turned out to become a scorpion, but we never seen that version ever again, sadly. We don't know what happens with that one.
You know, Dylan, you're gonna laugh at this.
What?
You know what I got for Father's Day?
A comic?
Yeah, I did get comic, but not a comic. Comics. I got. There was a book that my wife got me. It was literally every single issue that Tom McFarlane drew.
Of Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, sir.
You lucky
And
son of a bitch.
top of it, it's signed by Tom McFarlane. And
Wow.
he drew a Spider-Man face on it.
That's cool.
I like that, and I was like, oh my god, and I was so excited. I was so happy.
I bet you were. It was like a fanboy dream of yours. Oh shit.
Yeah, because I grew up with Tom McFarlane's, well, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I was born in 96. But I had Tom McFarlane's comics that he drew because my father was a die-hard Spider-Man fan. And he was almost as a fan as you are, Dylan.
Yeah, because you even admit yourself that my knowledge
I'm
of...
impressed. Impressive. Or as Vader would say, impressive. Most impressive.
Yeah. Oh shit. But, let's see.
You when they're oblivious.
Plus, they even brought back Gwen Stacy, but somehow she became a clone of herself. But not only that, mixed with the Carnage Peter clone, which I couldn't believe. Like, how the fuck did they do this? Now
Okay, I gotta ask you a trivia question.
What?
Who is Doppelganger?
All I know about him is he's a weird, strong-ass version of a alien Spider-Man clone that has 6 arms and laser-sharp webbing.
I know what that's. What is Doppelganger? Doppelganger is from an alternate universe or alternate timeline where Spider-Man wasn't a man. He was basically a mad version, a human version of a spider, but he wore Spider-Man's gear. And excuse me, I'm drinking soda. And on top of that, you know who he was with in the comics?
Carnage and Squeech?
Shriek.
Shriek.
It was like their child or their pet.
Yeah, actually,
It was like how in the Batman comics, Harley Quinn had 2 hyenas as pets.
you know, I gotta ask, what happened to Doppelganger after Massimo Carnage? They just stopped showing him for some reason.
You know, I don't have the damnedest idea. I really don't.
Yeah, because, like, think about it. In the comics, they brought back Peter's clones, but they never think about bringing back the evil, twisted Peter clone, like... Because you can count... Can we say Doppelganger counts as a clone a little bit?
Yeah. You know what? I told a fib. Lie. Not really a lie. A fib. Now that I think about it, because I haven't read the whole Doppelganger storyline in years. I still have the comic, but with the Doppelganger, he was from an alternate timeline where
Seriously?
instead of getting bit by the spider, Spider-Man had he had that mutation. You know, the mutation from the 90s cartoon?
Yeah, turning into Man Spider, yeah.
Yeah, but there was no antidote, and he fully turned into a spider. A human spider. And what I mean by that, you know how he had the antidote, and you know how he somewhat looked like more human?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. There was no cure. And there was something that was considered a cure, but it didn't end up helping him. It made it look worse to the point where none of his humanity was gone. Like if he looked at MJ or Aunt May, he didn't even recognize them.
So like he was completely a monster.
He was completely no. The spider side completely took over and rewritten everything in his mind.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was completely lost. I think he even killed MJ in the comic.
Jesus Christ, that's more fucked up than zombie Spider-Man eating his wife and aunt.
Oh god, don't remind me of that.
Ugh.
Oy. I have PTSD from that.
Observation post established. Situation normal.
Actually, you know what? Because I also mentioned Ben Wally, I would like to see the sensational Spider-Man suit make a appearance in the sequel because I think that suit deserves a spot in the sequel. Because
I would like to see it too. We already have the Ben Reilly, like the classic version of Spider-Man, you know, Scarlet Spider,
yeah,
and
plus,
the Kane version of Scarlet Spider, but we don't have, you know, Sensational.
Yeah, like how the fuck do you not add in that suit from the DLCs? I mean, come on. They could have saved the Cyborg suit for the sequel if they wanted to.
No, I think the suit that they shouldn't have had was the Resilient suit. I think if they took that shit out, if they took the Resilient suit out, or the Arachnid Kid suit, I know that's for certain fans, but if they took out that Resilient suit and replaced it with the Sensational Spider-Man, I would feel like people would have, I mean, a lot of people already got the City That Never Sleeps DLC, but I think they would, you know, more people would be attracted to it.
Right.
Aw, a rooftop party.
You might have a point there. Let's see. And, I know, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I know everybody would agree with me on this, including you. People want to see the TASM 2 suit in the fucking sequel.
You're fucking ain't right.
Plus, then again, PC players won't have to worry about that because they can mod the shit out of that.
I mean, you know, our equal friend Mudkip, he actually modded, he has GTA on his PC, he modded the game to where he could play as the main character of Red Dead 2, Arthur.
Huh.
But it's low res, obviously, because of the graphics and the limited technology they had when GTA 5 came out.
Huh.
Which I think they should have waited until the PS4 to make that. That's just me.
Yeah, you're open to your own opinions. That makes sense. Let's see what other. Well,
the game
I know
was fun. Don't get me wrong. It's just if they waited like a year later, they could have waited for the PS4 to come out, and then they would have been able to work on it.
True. I know for you, you want the Todd McFarlane design for Spider-Man, both red and blue and black suit in the sequel.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would like to see. I mean, obviously, we'll see the symbiote version, but when he made the cloth version of the black suit, I like that as well. Because he did make a cloth version of the black suit after he got rid of it, because he liked that design so much. But then when Venom came to MJ, it scared the shit out of her. MJ told him promptly, "Get rid of that suit," and then that's when he went back to the red and blue.
Well, see, he didn't really make the suit. It was more like a gift from Felicia.
I thought he made that.
No. I've watched a Spider-Man fan-made web series that was based around the Todd McFarlane comics, and turns out Black Cat gifted him the cloth suit.
I really got to read up on more of my Spider-Man comics.
Hey, if you want, I can maybe send you the link to the web series, because at the beginning of the intro, before the video starts, it actually shows like Todd McFarlane comics, if you want.
I would read those comics that I have, you know, the big comic I was talking about earlier, but I had that shit, I packed that shit away, it's in the storage unit.
Well, you could check it out again next time when you move into your new place. Oh.
Yeah, because I'm getting a new bookshelf, so with my one that I have in here,
Just a hunch,
the
but
shelves are
maybe a public
fucked up. There's the wood is chipping off and shit like that. The paint's all messed up.
Yeah.
There's knife. There's not. I put what I did was I always when I sharpened my knife, because I have a hunting knife, kind of like the same knife Arthur uses in RDR2. I have the hunting knife and I sharpen it, and how I tested the sharpness is I would put a hole in the bookshelf and to see on the top of the bookshelf if it went through all the way, then I have it at the peak of its sharpness. If it didn't go through all the way, then it's not sharp. It wasn't sharp enough.
Hmm.
I haven't gone hunting in like 2 years. I would love to go hunting again.
Let's see. Now let's see. Other Spider-Man suits I would like to see. I would like to see both superior Spider-Man suits, like the first one Otto wears before later in this series he upgrades it. So
I
like,
still can't believe Otto took over Peter's mind. I still
yeah,
couldn't believe that.
I had no idea about that until I looked up video. Like, wait, what the hell is superior Spider-Man? And then I was like, when the fuck did they kill Peter?
Yeah, because they switched minds. Peter's mind went into Otto's dying body, and Otto went into Peter's body.
Like,
I couldn't
trust me,
believe
I
that.
was
And then
fucking
Peter died
pissed.
in Otto's body. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, technically he did not die because Peter somewhat managed to return into his body, but not just to control it quite yet.
Yeah, but how the fuck was that possible?
Peter's memories, because Otto didn't erase them, that leave like a backup copy of Peter's conscious inside of him.
Hmm.
That's why, because I have almost the complete saga of Superior Spider-Man, but turns out in the beginning, like after Superior Spider-Man kicks the shit out of a knockoff of the Sinister Six, that you do see Peter as like some sort of Jedi ghost thing a little bit, but Otto cannot hear or see him quite yet.
Or as what Ewan McGregor says when he's interviewed about Force Ghost, he says, he popped up as a big shadowy blue guy for a while. He doesn't call him Ghost, he called him big shadowy blue guy.
But yeah, like, let's see. But there were times when Peter tried to attempt to get his body back, but then Otto now starts to realize, wait, is Peter still alive in me? And then that's when they have a fight inside Peter's mind. And sadly, however, Otto does win by erasing Peter's entire history of what he has done over the years, and Peter forgets who he is. But it takes a while until almost at the end of Goblin Nation of that storyline, where Norman somehow figure out that Otto and Peter have switched bodies, which, to be honest, I would think, how would he know? But then again, this is the fucking Green Goblin.
True.
Because
the Goblin knows. The Green Goblin knows everything.
Because Norman and Peter's history goes very deep compared to Peter and Otto's history.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make sense for the first legitimate supervillain, or not really legitimate, because Electro was Peter's first supervillain, but you know what I mean. Like, Norman knows Peter well enough to know that's not the Peter Parker I face.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You know, this is what I hate about Superior Spider-Man a little bit. Like, the part when the Avengers come in, they didn't realize maybe that Peter acts different because he's not himself. Like, they didn't think about brain swapping. Both comic in the fucking 2017 show, when they used the Superior Spider-Man arc, which at least they didn't go that fucking dark, but they didn't consider, like, maybe they swapped minds? Like, they didn't think about that, especially Tony Stark. Like, how the fuck do you not see that?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, I'm gonna mention the Justice League cartoon series. Even though I didn't watch some of it, there was one episode where Lex Luthor was in Wally West's Flash body. At least some of the fucking League members were able to find out what the hell was going on with the Flash. But the Avengers? No, they're fucking dumb as shit, even though they have smart people. Like, I would give the DC credit on some part, but Marvel should have made their characters not be fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Let's see. You know what, I'm gonna mention about the MCU suits a little bit, like, cause I know you say you like the Stark suit, let's see. I want to talk about, like, for some reason in the PS5 game, when you wear the integrated suit, for some reason they call it the hybrid suit. Like, I guess that's an okay name, but integrated would make a lot more sense if you think about it. Because, cause after Peter cures Otto from his arms, he technically integrates the nanotech that was left on the, arms that he absorbed during that fight on the bridge, and we back to Peter's upgraded suit, which that definitely looks integrated. It doesn't look like it's hybrid. If you think about it that way, to be honest.
Did not know that.
Well, you just watched No Way Home not too long ago?
Yep.
I mean, I'm fine with people calling it hybrid, but I just think integrated is a lot better. That's just me and Ryan's opinion on that.
Oh, I thought you were... Sorry, you lost me for a second there. I thought you were talking about Superior Spider-Man again.
No,
you said arms, I'm thinking of Superior Spider-Man with the arms.
No, trust me, actually, you know what? Because of the Advanced Suit 2.0 having that, I wonder if you wear the Superior Spider-Man Mark II suit, will they keep the arms wed?
I don't know.
Sorry for the confusion there.
It's alright, my bad. It was my fault because I zoned out for a second trying to take out these enemies.
Yeah, it's fine. We get distracted so much in the games, we already focus.
That's how you know you're, like, invested in the game or immerse yourself in the game. That's me with this game and Arkham games.
Yeah, trust me.
And Red Dead 2.
Yeah, let's see. Might as well talk about cartoon suits. I guess I wouldn't mind seeing the, I know people had some of their hate and likes about the 2017 cartoon, but I wouldn't mind seeing the, red and blue suit and black suit versions for Peter from that show into the sequel of the game. And they can throw in Miles' costume from that series too if they want to. Because the spider logos on that suit look completely different. While the color choices are from the comics, the logos are completely different. Actually.
Did not know that. I never watched the 2017 show.
Wait, do you not have Disney Plus or do you?
I do, I just didn't really know about that show. I was thinking about maybe watching it.
Well, since it's on there, you might as well at least give it a watch. I'm gonna watch it at some point. Like, I'll probably watch it after I'm done, if I ever get back watching the 90s cartoon a little bit.
I want them to bring in Spectacular Spider-Man.
Dude,
that was actually a good show.
It's because you mentioned that, I would want the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon suit in the fucking game. Both red, blue, and black suit.
I was just about to say the black suit.
Well, the question is, though, which version of it? Like, the one that Peter gets at the beginning, or somewhere when he fights the Sinister Six, or where he, at the point where he has to get...
Sinister Six one, where the white spider goes around his chest into his back. That one.
Yeah, actually, that one wasn't a bad design because it still showed he had webs on the Max boots and gloves.
Yeah.
Plus, the spider logos on the front and back look different too, actually. They didn't look identical like they do most of the time. Let's see. 90s
Spider-Man.
90s cartoon Spider-Man suit, both red blue suit and black suit, because I know Ryan wants to do that fucking line from the 90s cartoon of Shocker! You cannot escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. You know, I was kind of surprised about the Noir suit in this game because of... I'm surprised they allow him to have the gun on the suit, but you can't use it.
Obviously, he
Well-
uses it.
Well, yeah, but Spider-Man Noir has used a gun before, actually.
I know. I think it's the same gun that what name killed Uncle Ben and it. I think so.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Uncle Ben gets murdered by the Vulture in Noir's universe, who's a total cannibal if you play Shattered Dimension.
Oh, so if he's like, if you guys ever played the game Last of Us, he's like David. He's a cannibal.
Yeah, like, fucking...
David's a cannibal from Last of Us 1. He was one creepy motherfucker.
Yeah, but actually, I don't think a lot of people might know about Spider-Man Noir, but he has organic web shooters, not the tech one that most Peter Parkers do, because his New York is set around the Great Depression, so...
Yeah, so the 30s.
Yeah, 1930s. That's why they went with the 90s
Yeah, 'cause-
Spider-Man voice actor to voice him.
Yeah, Joseph Daniel Barnes, am I right?
Yes, I think that's the guy's name. If Ryan was here, he would confirm that with you.
I know it was Daniel Barnes. I don't know if it was Joseph Daniel Barnes. I can't remember.
Yeah. Now, I will talk about, like, the 299 suit.
Christopher! It's Christopher Daniel Barnes. Christopher.
There you go.
That was, yeah, Christopher Daniel Barnes. I thought it was Joseph Daniel Barnes. It didn't sound like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a wrestler named Christopher Daniels. That's how I remember him. My bad, sorry.
It's fine.
Good wrestler, by the way.
Okay. First of all, I do like the 299 costume. Don't get me wrong, but I did find it a bit weird when I played the game the first time. They call it black suit, but you clearly look at it, it's fucking blue.
Yeah.
But then I watched a video about someone talking to the creator of Spider-Man 299, and he turned out the suit is a little mix of both, actually. And the only reason it's supposed to be the black suit was except they couldn't really tell like how you could separate it from like dark alleys. They have to use blue outlines to show that it's there instead of it just being like a shadow or something.
Yeah.
So in other words, Spider-Man 299's costume could have been somewhat similar to Batman Beyond if you think about it. Because they're both black and red.
Tell him to stay inside a little longer.
Let's see. You know, honestly, I was surprised to see they put Spider-Man 299 in Superior Spider-Man when they had a little showdown, and the look on Otto's face is like, wait, I fucking cut you with the tech I have available. How is your suit not damaged? Like, because at this point, Miguel thinks he's talking to Peter, not Otto.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what, I gotta also mention this. Miguel O'Hara even has organic web shooters, but the way they come out of his hands, it's weird, because in Spider-Man Edge of Time, he looks like he's shooting them out like how Peter did with the black suit, with the symbiote. He doesn't just do it with the, how like Peter does it with the middle finger and then the third finger down on the palm and then just... Like,
So basically, he uses the fuck you finger and the ring finger, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's how
Yeah.
most Spider-Man shoot out their weapons, but with Miguel, he does it like it comes out of the back of his hand, so. Let's see. I really hope this Coleman Mine is gone on Monday. I am really sick of it right now.
Yeah, I get it. I get the joke.
Let's see.
Get it? You're sick. You're sick of it.
Yes,
Get
I
it?
fucking get it.
Okay. Sorry.
It's fine. Fuck you. This guy will.
Why are you saying that to me, man? I'm an angel.
No, you're not. You even admit yourself sometimes that you are a asshole.
Okay, come on. You don't need to talk about the obvious. Come on. We're all just friends here.
Yeah, we are. Let's see. Actually, I would like to see the Unlimited suit make a somewhat return appearance, because that suit has not made any video game appearance since the PlayStation 1 games.
You serious? I thought.
Yeah,
The ones that created by Neversoft. I did not know that. I knew they were in that suit was in the game. I just didn't know that was the only one. Huh.
yeah. Like if you played the Spider-Man game, the first Spider-Man games that came out on PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, PC, and what other generation consoles were available at that time before I was born. Turns out they had the Unlimited suit in those games. And they even had the ability to turn invisible, so. Because Spider-Man Unlimited came out a year later after the 90s Spider-Man cartoon series ended in 1994.
That was such a good show.
Yeah, I'm glad that's on Disney Plus.
Same here.
Now, I could somewhat explain, because Wyatt explained this to me, why the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, even though it did somewhat show on Disney XD, but why it's not on Disney Plus, because turns out that's a Sony property cartoon series, not Disney. Because that's what got me confused, because Sony owns the live action rights to Spider-Man. Spectacular is a cartoon series, so you should have assumed that Disney owns the rights to it, because Disney has been making most of the Spider-Man shows. But yep, Spectacular is owned by Sony, so yeah.
Oh!
And fighting Fang, because I do have Spectacular Spider-Man Season 1, the complete series, on DVD, actually. And, surprisingly, no, you could just bought the second season. What happened?
Sorry, I was imitating Wong.
Well...
Yeah, where he goes, miss me, yeah.
On
and then I attacked
PlayStation...
him and I went, Wah!
Yeah. Well, on PlayStation, you could buy the Spider-Man cartoons a little bit, like even Spectacular, but they took those off. But you can still do it on Xbox. So, what I did was did a little searching on Xbox yesterday, because I wanted to check to see if there's anything new. I went to the Xbox shop, type in Spider-Man to look for the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon series, and I found it. It was still available, so what I did was put the second season on my shopping cart, so after I get the PS5, I am gonna be damn right buying the second season, so I could have second season digitally, and I could just rewatch season 1 on the DVD version I have. Yep. Figured, why not? Because Spectacular Spider-Man was the best cartoon, and I am very disappointed it did not get a third season.
Yeah.
But then again, Spider-Man Unlimited was kind of left unfinished because it was left on a huge fucking cliffhanger. Because it didn't get...
Damn right.
And yet, some YouTuber, I can't think of the guy's name, but he made a video talking about the, I think the Unlimited show and then the new animated series. And, hang on a sec. He decided to make a continuation to the 90s cartoon and comic book, and at the end of the second issue, turns out 90s Spider-Man gets sent to the Unlimited Spider-Man's dimension. Yeah, he hasn't made a third issue yet. I'm still waiting on wherever the hell that happens because I like to see what the hell is going on, because the 90s cartoon was supposed to get a 6th season to show that Peter does find Mary Jane, but he has to go, like, dimension hopping and stuff like that. Let's see. However, there is a YouTuber who's actually making a fan-made second season to the new animated series, which I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In fact, they're even bringing in the that version of the Daredevil that was played by Ben Affleck into that series, actually.
Oh God.
Well, think about it. One of the episodes of that Spider-Man series, you do see a African American Kingpin, not a white version.
Yeah.
So that would mean that Ben Affleck's Daredevil and the X-Men and the before the 2015 Fantastic Four, those Marvel heroes and the 2003 Hulk movie, all of those heroes will exist in the same universe for Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now for TASM, that's hard to tell because we didn't get to see what characters could exist in that universe because how terribly TASM 2 got with the shitty storyline.
Yeah.
But people are hoping that Andrew Garfield's the Spider-Man of the Sony universe, which I wouldn't mind that, but I'm kind of hoping maybe not a little bit because I would hate to see Andrew get screwed over again for Sony from Spider-Man related stuff, you know?
Yeah. I hope he doesn't get screwed either.
Because, like, he got fired for not showing up to a Sony-related fade because he was sick. And that was just me, like, really? You gotta fire him for that? That is uncalled for, you dumb motherfuckers. Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are there any other Spider-Man suits that you would like to see in Marvel Spider-Man 2, Brock? Like, besides the Todd McFarlane suits.
Raimi black suit.
Okay.
Human spider suit.
Oh yeah, definitely that one.
And Spider-Man 1 suit.
The 2002 version before we got the one we have in the...
Yes.
Alright, I could see that. Actually, since we're talking about the Raimi suits a little bit, when you look at the Raimi suit in the, in this game, do you think of Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3 a little bit?
Both. Brings a tear to my eye. No, I'm just kidding. Both.
Picking them off
Huh.
at a time takes longer, but it's safer, especially for New York.
Exactly. Nice go.
Let's see. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Vigilante suit for TASM to be in the sequel, because I know it's just Peter in street clothes with his max, but it was still the suit he wore for a little bit before making the TASM 1 suit.
Yeah.
God damn. Let's see. You know, even though the Ben Riley Spider-Man Beyond suit is not the best, I wouldn't mind messing around with that suit a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Because I know like why some people might not like it because like I guess because of maybe the way it was designed, but to be fair though, not all costumes have the best outcome. I mean, other heroes had shitty costumes in the fucking 90s. I mean, for Batman, it was that Azrael Batman suit design. Let's see. Did Wonder Woman have a shitty ass costume in the 90s?
Wait, you don't like the Azrael suit?
No, I'm not saying it's a bad suit, but I can understand why some people might not like some certain suits.
Oh. I mean, the Azrael suit I liked from Night. Are you talking about from Nightfall?
Yeah, well, here's the thing though. I didn't know what that suit looked like at first, so like.
Well, that suit was also in Arkham Origins.
Yeah, but I didn't pre-order Arkham Origins. I got it as a Christmas
No, they
gift.
made it for free for PS3.
Well, I got it on 360. I didn't have PS3. But.
Oh well.
Yeah, but I'm not saying the suit is a bad design, but I think some people might not like it at first. I mean. Well. Because even though people hate the Clone Saga, they did like the Scarlet Spider suit for Ben Riley. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, it never occurred to me, like, why did Ben Riley make a Spider-Man suit that had both elements from his Sensational suit and then from the Scarlet Spider suit? Like a little mix of both worlds.
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't think people would lose their shit if he did something like that, because I think that would be like a cool mixed match of his two original costumes.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. The K. Parker Scarlet Spider suit, actually, this is a funny thing, and I don't think you might have not known this, or other people might not know this. Turns out his Scarlet Spider suit is actually Peter's big time stealth suit, actually.
I
Because
did not know that.
yeah, like if you read Kate Parker's Scarlet Spider 1, there are some panels where he does turn invisible, actually. Now, the question is how he did it, I do not know, actually. Because Kane doesn't really think of himself as Peter most of the time. Hell, he doesn't even fake like Peter when he fights. Like, he doesn't do all that science stuff when he's being a...
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hero. I'd say for the Kane Parker clone, he's more like a somewhat anti-hero a little bit because he doesn't mind killing.
Yeah.
Because, like, I have seen this motherfucker stab, and I think I remember one pedo, he kicks a guy and then takes the guy's gun and shoots 3 bullets at the other guys. However, I don't think he killed him, but he is fucking well armed with guns, so, like, watch out.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's also the part that he does transform into a fucking spider monster. Yeah, because, remember that time I told you about that Spider-Man storyline where Peter somehow found out he had cancer and then he got his ass kicked by that...
Moreland.
Yeah.
Or Morlon. Yeah.
And then he came back sort of as a monster robot to kill him and then got rebirthed and then had organic webbing and the, some sort of talent phase that pop out of his wrist.
Yeah.
Well, after the whole One More Day storyline, Peter still has the memories of organic webbing, but he doesn't get keep the extra powers that he got when he came back to life.
Hmm.
So what they did, they gave those abilities to his first clone because, let's see. There was one weird storyline that involved Craven's family hunting down Spider-Man for some reason, and they want to kill Peter because I think it has something to do with because I didn't know Craven had a biological son.
Yeah.
And so Craven's son thinks he fake Spider-Man killed his dad, so that's not what happened in the 90s comics, but then some reason, I guess later on, Cade decides to save Peter by knocking him out and wearing the red blue Spider-Man suit, and he does get killed, but then he gets resurrected, but he does transform into some weird spider creature a couple of times, actually.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't return back to human until the Spider Island comic. I don't know if you heard that storyline.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I don't know much about it besides, for some reason, everybody in New York are getting powers like Peter for some reason.
Hmm.
They're even getting organic web shooters, and this is all because of Jackal, actually.
Professor Miles Warden.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every fuck now having Spider-Man powers decides to dress up as Spider-Man, and the Avengers trying to figure out, like, wait, how can we tell this is the real Spider-Man, that the one that doesn't hurt people? So what Peter does now is just not be Spider-Man in this storyline, because if everybody's wearing the exact same costumes he has worn over the years, you can't tell who the hell is who, to be honest.
Yeah.
But at this time, for some reason, Peter had no access to his spider sense for some reason. Oh shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. But he fights his somewhat cloned brother, but then somehow turns back to human, and somehow Cade has the extra abilities that Peter used to have.
Hmm.
In fact, for some reason, when Peter came back, he was able to lift up stuff a bit more heavier than he used to be. Like, he can weigh up to 30 tons a little bit, actually.
Hmm.
Which, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but for Peter, was it like 25 tons? Was it?
Yeah, I think 25. Can't remember off the top of my head.
I'm just like guessing, like trying to remember like what I know so far, but I know for one fact that his clone Cade is a bit more stronger than him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cade still doesn't have spider sense, but he has some sort of like, I like to say precognition or something, like he has like a vision. That's it, like a vision.
Yeah.
Because like during the 90s comic, like he, for some reason, like he didn't really like to kill Peter, but he had no problem killing Ben Reilly. I don't know what the hell that was about at the time, because I have like some small issues of the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the one thing I don't know why though is that this is what confuses me a little bit for the clones, because well, for Cade, he cannot trigger both Peter and Ben Reilly's spider sense.
Yeah.
But then, when Ben Reilly fought Venom one time, Venom can trigger Ben Reilly's spider sense. So that way there confuses me, like, wait, he's a clone of Peter. Now, my theory is he must have been made before Peter went to Battle World.
Gonna be honest, not living.
Yeah.
Because that is my only theory, and that probably would make the most sense, because we know Venom can't trigger Peter's spider sense because Peter was the first host for the Venom symbiote, and not only that, Venom can just manipulate Peter's spider sense.
Yeah.
Stable control. Need a status update on the situation in Yorkville.
Now, I think when Ben Wiley bought into Carnage that one time, I think Carnage can now not trigger Ben Wiley's spider sense.
Aw, all for me?
Yeah.
I won't get any peace until I shut that down.
Now, I'm trying to figure out how the hell does Red Goblin not trigger Peter's spider sense during that storyline where Goblin and Carnage became a somewhat partners a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, I love the the new black suit they designed for like when Peter had the wee bond with the Venom symbiote. That suit looked badass, actually.
Yeah.
However, people couldn't really think of the name of that black suit, so I'm just gonna call it the wee bond suit. It just made more sense to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you this, Block. What do you think of Ancient Venom being a alternative suit for Peter for like the black suit version?
You know, I don't really. It's hard to explain. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I like the blacks. I like him, his outfit, but at the same time, I don't think he should be, that suit shouldn't be in the game. I would like it, but at the same time, I wouldn't like it.
Alright, so for you, it's 50-50 if you would like to see Ancient Venom suit design in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I can understand that. Then again, it wouldn't be surprising if we got Spider-Man suits that are from other Spider-Man that are not Peter Parker, because we got a couple of Spider-Man suits in the game that have been worn by alternate Peters and people who are not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we got Spider-Punk, the 2099 suits, let's see, Spider UK, Aaron Eichmann armor.
Yeah.
Let's see. And the funny thing is, some of the Spider-Man suits that Peter has worn in the main comics, there are realities that he still wears them, actually. Like, there's a universe where he still wears the Spider Armor suit, the one you like. I know that because from the 90s cartoon, you see that version of Spider-Man. And that version sadly does get killed somewhat at the beginning of Spider-Verse, actually. In the comics. You don't find that out until you get Superior Spider-Man issue 31. But yeah, like the four Spider-Man you see get killed in that issue are a Spider-Man that's with the Fantastic Four that we named themselves the Fantastic Five, so that's from What If issue 1, which I know because I actually have that issue, actually.
Yeah.
Spider-Man that still wears the comic book Iron Spider suit, House of M Spider-Man, and the Spider Mark 1 armor Spider-Man.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would like to see the Assassin Spider-Man suit in the game for the sequel.
Ooh.
Figure why not, because that suit has not made any video game appearance besides Edge of Time, which it was first appearance, and then that Spider-Man phone game, Spider-Man Unlimited.
Yeah.
So I think the Assassin suit should deserve a spot in Marvel Spider-Man 2 suit selection.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
giving Sable International a good
I'll even throw in the Alex Lost suit because I know some people like that suit design as well.
Huh.
Like, it could be either the red version or the white version. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cosmic Spider-Man, both for Peter and Miles. I mean, hell, if you even want, throw in the Cosmic Spider-Man 2099 suit if you want.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got anything to add?
What's our status in Times Square?
Not at the moment, no.
Alright, fair, I might as well ask, because I feel like I kind of been mostly talking a little bit.
Sorry.
It's
Mine's
fine.
a mile away.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. But, yeah, actually, when funny thing, I didn't read the Ultimate Spider-Man death story. Funny thing, someone made a comic dub video of that storyline, and I just watched it one random day. I really fucking teared up a little bit when I saw a version of my character dying. I was like, oh my god. Like, I felt like fucking heartbroken seeing that version of Spider-Man dying.
Yeah.
But then I was surprised when they did Miles' story a couple issues later, they decided to bring him back from the dead. Yeah, and trust me, Miles freaked the fuck out. Like, wait, are you a clone or are you actually him? Because the last time he saw Peter Parker Spider-Man, it was in that mini-series called Spider-Man, when 616 Peter Parker crossed over to the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Which I actually have that mini-series, like, cause I somewhat got the third issue of that mini-series from my dad, and when I went to my first Comic-Con convention, I got a plastic bag that came with 5 different mini-series of Spider-Man stories. There was one for the manga version, House of M, and then I saw the Spider-Man one, and it was like, wait, I don't have the other. It came with all 5 issues, and I said, fuck it, I want this. So I got those, and I got the complete Spider-Man storyline. Let's see. I was surprised to hear that storyline made a sequel, and that there was a Miles Morales in the 616 universe, but he was kind of evil. But then again, you had the Ultimate Miles Morales living in the main 616 universe at the time, so it's like, wait, which Miles Morales are they talking about here?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see.
I need to take out those snipers.
Let's just switch that. There is one thing I'll give the Spider-Man game credit though. It introduced 2 suits for me I did not recognize from that Spider-Man had ever worn in the comics. Like, I had no knowledge of the Dark suit or the Fear Itself suit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was like, wait, I never seen Spider-Man wear these suits before. What are they?
I got the fuck up. My back hurts.
Well, because you are old.
True.
God, blow my nose. The only thing I know about the Fear Itself storyline when someone talk about this suit on a video they made about the Spider-Man suits in the game and what suit power they had. All they mentioned was it had something to do with like the suits have a little piece of metal material that was made out of Forest hammer, to come back a god for some reason. That's all I can think of for Fear Self.
Yeah.
And for the dark suit, however, it's kind of a weird and interesting tale of it because this takes place during the comic run of Spider-Man teaming up with Deadpool. And for some weird ass reason, Deadpool kills Peter not knowing that he is Spider-Man. But somehow Peter is back to life, but he now wears a black and red suit and I guess is maybe not his witty self.
Yeah.
So they have to go to either they have to fight through something to get his soul back or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Ghost Spider suit, however, there's a funny story about this character actually. Okay, so in one reality where Peter still gets the spider powers, but his life is kind of somewhat better because he's a bit famous, and not only that, he still has a Uncle Ben. But turns out this Peter is not all healsome, as I'm gonna put it, because this motherfucker brings in other Spider-Man from his reality, absorbs their life force, and puts them into him to become more stronger.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that almost sounds like what if episode 4 for Doctor Strange, if you remember that one.
Yeah, I do. Instead of losing his hands, he lost Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the weird part? This Uncle Ben went along with this Peter, what he was doing. I was like, dude, what the fuck? But yeah, so like the main 616 Peter gets dragged into all of this, but the Peter of that Earth starts to have second thoughts. In fact, he had the weird ass hero name. He go by the Amazing Spider. Let's see. His costume was still wearing blue, but the logo almost looked like the Venom Spider logo, and for some weird ass reason, he had a cape.
Yeah.
Like, as a quote from Spider-Verse, Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape. Until we see that suit that does have a cape. Like, why would you need a fucking cape? You don't actually fly.
True.
I mean, unless you count the underarm webs. I mean, did he even use those to glide?
No.
Oh, wait, actually, he kind of did his Civil War comic when he was wearing the Iron Spider suit, actually. But also that was during the time when Peter had organic web shooters. Which I still cannot believe after that storyline where Kingpin puts a bounty out on Spider-Man, well, mostly Peter Parker.
Not loving the whole convicts with heavy weapons thing.
The way how Peter beats the shit out of Fisk in that storyline back in Black, oh my fucking god, Brock. When you see that panel, you can tell that's a version of Peter, or even though this is the main version, this is a guy you do not want to piss off.
Yeah.
Because he was not pulling his punches. Like, no fucking joke. He was throwing blow after fist. It was so fucking brutal that Kingpin couldn't even get himself back up.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, it gets a lot fucking worse. He was almost about to pour down a stream of web down to Fisk's throat and said it will only take 3 seconds to turn your entire weaponry system into useless tissue and web.
Damn.
Yeah. But the only reason he didn't cross that line yet because he was hoping to see if Aunt May could still be saved. So he only will let Fix live if Aunt May now lives. But if she dies, he will fucking finish the job.
Damn.
And to be fair though, that would be a lot fair to a scumbag that kind of caused the problem. So like even asking him to play the god even.
Yeah.
That is one of the most brutal scenes I have seen a Spider-Man go ape shit on a bad guy.
True.
And the best part of that, him kicking Kingpin's ass that way, he was in prison when he did this, so every scumbag that have the names they've been given with, they got to see the Kingpin of crime got his ass kicked by a guy who could do whatever a spider can. His fucking web got destroyed.
Yep. No one fucks with that version of Spider-Man.
Yet, and that was the main version. In fact, some YouTubers even made a comic dub version of that panel. If you want, Brock, I can share you a link to it. You can check out whenever you get the chance to if you want.
Not at the moment right now. By the way, I'm taking a little break from Spider-Man, right now. I'm playing RDR2.
Alright. I'll just put a stream there. I figure I might as well mention that because some people might not know about that actually.
Yeah. And now I'm trying to find the last dinosaur bone that I need.
Huh. Alright, Ryan, what did you just send me?